social shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hit me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
What's going on, man? Good morning to you all, man. Hope everyone is blessed. It is Friday. It's Friday, man. Chill day, man. Chill day. And I mean that figuratively and literally. It is freezing outside. I just popped out early this morning over here in London. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, guys, make sure you smash a like, share, subscribe, all of that kind of good stuff. Watching this on the replay. Drop your thoughts, excuse me, in the comment section. Now, obviously, hopefully this won't be too long, but yeah, man. I think now we are, as Liverpool fans anyway, we're getting kind of tired. We're getting kind of tired. We've been watching, you know, it feels like we've been watching the same episode of the same series that we've been watching for the last, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 years now, over and over and over again. You know, like when you watch reruns, you know, for those who like My Wife and Kids or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or, you know, anything like that. You know, you've watched every episode so much that you can even say some of the lines. In fact, you can go verbatim exactly what they're going to say. I feel like it's like that for Liverpool's attack, you know, at this current moment in time. And I know a lot of you, of course, you feel the same way. I've seen the comments, I've seen, you know, everyone talking online. I see the discussions, but it's the same discussion that we've had last year. It's the same discussion that we had the year before. And it's the same discussion that we're having now. And that is Liverpool's reliance on Mo Salah. Before we get into, obviously, you guys already know why we're here. Obviously, the caption, are we too reliant on Mo Salah? Do the other players in attack mostly, but of course, everyone else as well, everyone's got to chip in. Do the other players need to step up? Big up everybody in the building. Big up Andre in the building. Big up Hakeem as well in the building. Good morning, Victor. Yo, let's keep it humble today. I mean, let's be nice today. Let's be nice today. It's not freezing outside in Birmingham. So you swear it's not freezing in Birmingham, right? You lot are lucky then, boy, because excuse me, over here in London, man, it's chapping, man. It is absolutely chapping. So obviously, like I said, you guys can see you got Mo Salah. And before I even dive into this and start talking about it, I don't want anyone to think I'm naive or silly or whatever. Yes, most teams, to be honest, in general, you always have that one player, usually anyway, unless you've not got that like good player in the attack. You've usually got one player who's going to dominate the scoring. And then usually you've got another, I think I spoke about this the other day. You've got another player usually dominates the assists, right? Sometimes it can be the same player and that's absolutely fine. But there's always going to be that one player who dominates in the scoring or assisting charts. That in itself is absolutely fine. I've got absolutely no problem with that. I think obviously Liverpool top of the league by 7 points, top of the Champions League, through to the Carabao Cup next round, all of that kind of good stuff. It's not really a problem. But when I look at it, obviously, this is obviously the Premier League that you guys can see up here on the screen. When this guy, Mo Salah, is contributing to 75% of your goals, so that means out of 28 goals that Liverpool have scored in the Premier League, he has contributed to 21 of those, meaning only 7 other goals and assists have come from someone else. That's kind of crazy to me. I'll be super duper honest. That is crazy to me, you know, because then it's like on one side, it obviously my Salah agenda, it can get pushed through as much as possible. And I love it. Yeah, I mean, for me sitting here, I'm like, boy, I told you. Do you know what I mean? All them times that I was, trying to fight his corner and everyone was saying, nah, he's got to leave and nah, he's dusted. And all the people who were, you know, at the beginning of the season, obviously things change, of course, as season goes on. But all the people at the beginning were saying, nah, man, he can't play in this system because Slot needs his wingers to do whatever it was that people thought they needed his wingers to do. either way, our wingers ain't doing that anyway, regardless. Whatever it is that you thought that slots wingers needed to do, our wingers ain't doing that anyway. Salah's doing everything, like literally everything on his own, give or take. If I'm being told, yes, we get the odd, player here, player there, and stuff like that. And my fear, obviously, is that now we don't know. Obviously, for we know, this might be a new Salah. I've got a bit of a bet with myself. Obviously, I've got a bit of a bet that he doesn't post anything, like he doesn't post the Christmas tree thing. I don't know why. I feel like he's not going to post it this year. Maybe he's superstitious this year as well. Maybe he's thinking, nah, maybe not this year. Maybe I just leave that one. You know what I mean? And not, stir up the whole conversation that usually gets brought around in and around that time anyway, of course. And then what then proceeds after that is that his January form, if he's not in AFCON, he's usually, obviously, then he'll be for here at Liverpool. But usually from January onwards, he's not really the greatest. He isn't really scoring that many goals, doesn't really get that many assists. He'll get more, I would say, probably than most, but it's a lot less than, let's say, what he gets usually in that first half, of the season. So I'm thinking that maybe, like he's gonna just ease it up a little piece. That's my thought. That's my thought process in it. But again, we'll just have to kind of, wait and see. Now, obviously, the other day he broke the record, obviously, of scoring and assisting again and again. The thing is, even with all of these stats, like I could reel off all of them, and I've got them all up here anyway for you guys to to see his records against the big six teams, his record, against in the Premier League in a general sense. I've got all of that stuff. So, and we already know it. So I'll obviously just throw that up for you guys to be able to see. But we already know it. Like I said, my somewhat issue are the other players, or do the other players need to step up? Because right about now, I don't know, bro. Like the way that I'm kind of looking at things right now, it's just not really popping for me. I'll be honest with you. And I said this before, and I tried, but I was still disrespectful. So I'm not going to apologize for it, but I was being disrespectful when I said, look, he's just playing with bums, in my personal opinion, when we're looking at, the rest of the attack. And when I say bums, obviously in their field, in terms of Premier League footballers, they are not bums. But in terms of, in comparison to him, for me, it just ain't really working, bro. Like I'm just not really feeling it, if I'm being, 100% honest with you, in terms of, we'll look at the goals and assists, from the other players. Now, of course, some of the other players, they've got their goals, they've got their assists. And also, by the way, people, just so that you don't think I'm an idiot, I do not expect everybody to be on the same amount of goals and the same amount of assists as Mo Salah. Like I said, you are going to have that one dominant player within your team who is going to, outperform the rest in goal scoring or in the assist market. So I'm not saying that I'm expecting Luis Diaz to be on 15 goals. No, I'm not expecting any of that. What I am expecting, though, is, I guess it's more about coming up trumps, really and truly, when we need them. And on that note, big up the gaffer in the building, my bro. We say, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just madness. How can I be not locked out of the office, yeah? But someone's in my car space and I've got nowhere to park. So I'm having to wait on the road. So I'm just posted in the whip. Been there for like 30 minutes now, bro. 40 minutes. Actually, tell her it's 10 past 11. Bro, I've been for almost an hour.
You've been here for, hey, now this is what you do. You got to start parking in front of people and be like, all right, man's not moving. When you get out, you'll see it.
Where it is, I would, but where it is, I can't even park. I tried to do that, but I scratched up the rims on my wheel. So now my
Jerry,
black rim's
man,
silver,
ease
bro.
up.
I'm fuming. Yeah, I'm fuming now. So I'm just chilling. I'm cooling, man, until the person moves.
But do you know what time they're gonna move though? Like, do you
I can't get in contact with the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's all turning a bit long.
Yeah, man.
But either way, outside of that, man, obviously you know why we're here. Well, you know why I'm here, should I say? Sorry. Obviously, we're talking about Mo Salah and the rest of, obviously, the attackers.
Whoa. What's happened there, people? Raw. Guys, let me know. Can you guys hear me? Is that G or is that myself? I believe that might be G, Guys, let me know in the chat right now. Raw. God knows where he went. All right, cool. Yeah, it's G. All right, say no more. Say power cut for G. That's crazy. That's crazy. But cool. All right. Well, the discussion, obviously, I've heard, obviously, we're talking about whether there's an over-reliance on Salah, right? Now, let's be honest. There will be certain situations where an individual is scoring more goals, getting more assists than everyone else, because the system is designed, in my opinion, to get the best out of them, because they may be the most prolific, maybe they're the fastest, maybe that's the way the team decides to go and create chances. 100%, right? But what we're seeing currently, right, it is especially considering the period that we're in right now, where we're deciding whether to give Salah a contract or not, or whether we're going to give him his terms, whether he's going to obviously succumb to our terms, is 75%, 80% of all goals coming down to Liverpool. It's like being Liverpool. I mean, him accounting for 75% of Liverpool's goals is outrageous, bro. It's outrageous. Like, that's goals and assists. It comes a point now, and rightfully so, you'd have some fears that if Salah's not available, then what are we going to do with it? Who's going to step up? Now, that's not to say someone can't step up, but currently when you're looking at it, it's like, who would step up? And are you confident that the people are going to step up? Are you confident that whoever comes in is going to be able to step up and take account for 75% of the goals? Sorry, G's back. We're gonna hand the reins back to him. But bruv, I don't know what's going on with you, bruv. That was a mad power cut. I thought,
bro, it's bro. Listen, like Zane said, man, the top Reds, they got me, man. I don't know what's been going on with my laptop recently, but nah, it's really just to kind of follow on really from what Jerry's kind of saying. Like, again, and I want people to understand, I'm not saying that someone couldn't step up. Obviously, if given the situation, maybe someone might just come out of nowhere, you know, and they'll be able to kind of, you know, do their thing. Obviously, these are the other attackers that we've got, obviously, for this season. Obviously, we've got Cody Gakpo, 21 games this season. He's got himself 8 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, his majority of goals have come in the League Cup, but, you know, in the Premier League, he's got 2 goals and 1 assist. Obviously, of course, he's been starting on the bench, coming off and all that kind of stuff. So, fairs, whatever, however you kind of want to see it. I think he's the next highest. Oh, no, sorry, that's Luis Diaz. He's obviously got 9 goals in all competitions and 2 assists, 5 in the Premier League. Diogo Jota, who we never ever see, he's on 4 goals at this moment in time and got himself 2 assists in 10 appearances this season. Darwin Núñez, 18 games, 3 goals and 2 assists. He has got more yellow cards than goals, which is very, very interesting in itself. And then, of course, you know, Chiesa, who I haven't got a clue as to whether he's alive or, you know, he's even playing for Liverpool at this moment. Does he belong to Liverpool still? Like,
did you see him in the under-21s? Did you see him?
So he's in the under-21s.
He scored a goal against the under-20 for the under-21s. So he's probably on his way back.
Okay, no, yeah. See, I didn't even know that. People, big man thing. I did not know that. That's actually funny. Let's see what happens with him. So he's one of those, yeah, where I'm like, not even necessarily give a blind, but I'm like, you haven't even played, so I don't know any. Like right now, I don't know about you. Like you're not really a player I can really account for. It's really
he's still a new signing.
Players.
You know, I know fans had to go and say it, but he's a new signing. He's the signing that's come in, and we're like, bruv, let's see what's gonna happen. Like he hasn't played. Like he's had 1 game.
No facts.
3 games, actually. 3 appearances.
3 games, but it's been, remember, the Premier League game was a substitute appearance when he came off the bench. The League Cup he started, and Champions League, I'm sure he came off the bench in that game as well. So 1 start and 2 substitute appearances, and those substitute appearances weren't long. I know they weren't long.
And the 1 start he did, he got an assist in it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that like acrobatic thing that he did. Big up Mike in the building, man. Big up Football Talk podcast as well, by the way, man. Big up to your damn self, my bro. Guys, make sure you, of course, as always, man, subscribe to the people, man. Subscribe. But yeah, man, like I think that's where, like, for me, that's just kind of where my issue is. Now, obviously, everyone probably thought, like, and I see you guys, I see the comments, I see it. Look, we could talk about it for a minute, but I don't want to delve into him for too long. And that's obviously Darwin Núñez. Obviously, he's like the main culprit that everyone obviously is getting onto at this current moment in time. Big up Ends, because I know, sorry, big up Savage, should I say, actually, because on Savage's stream yesterday, obviously, when they're talking about the game, they spoke a little bit, you know, about Darwin Núñez, and everyone just voiced their opinions, right? And that's absolutely fine. We already know what everyone's kind of opinion on Darwin Núñez is. But for me, it's like, it's not even just an actual Darwin Núñez problem, if I'm being totally honest with you, because we're seeing, especially in these last like few games, especially for, you know, Mo Salah, as you guys can obviously see, maybe you might need to make the screen just a little bit bigger. Mo is just coming up trumps. Newcastle to 2 goals, he got himself an assist. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Against Manchester City, he got himself an assist. Against Southampton, a goal and an assist. Against Aston Villa, a goal and an assist. Against Brighton, a goal. Against Arsenal before that, a goal. Against Chelsea before that, a goal and an assist. Bro, like, the guy is coming up trumps. And again, like I say, I'm not saying that that's a problem for Mo Salah. Mo Salah is calm. He ain't got no issues. It's the rest of the team where I'm finding fault and you know, where I'm just kind of like, I kind of need a little bit more from the rest of you in key moments. Again, it's not necessarily about the volume of goals that they're not scoring. It's more about the key moments where we might need a goal here, we might need a goal there. So that's why I feel people will get onto a Darwin Núñez a lot more, because you're like, oh, bro, like, you should be scoring. Like, we needed that goal. Like, obviously, yes, Keller fucked up. Yes, we can blame him, yada, yada, yada. But I'm just saying, in certain moments, oh, I need that goal. Or Gakpo, oh, I needed to get that, you know, that header on target. Or Diaz, like, why are you taking 100 shots in a game? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, Jota, why are you always fucking injured? Like, it's annoying that every season you are always injured. And it's getting to the point now, I don't know if Jerry said it or someone else mentioned it, I can't remember, apologies who it was. Bro, you're talking about a Daniel Sturridge situation. He's just the Portuguese Daniel Sturridge at this point. Striker that, you know, yeah, brother, if he's available, yeah, that's calm. Yeah, I mean, he'll score me goals, but he's never really available. So at this point, do we just move on from these kind of players? Do we need to revisit it? Obviously, I know what's going to happen. Liverpool, hopefully, go and win the league, go and win the Champions League or whatever, cool. Come the end of the season, everyone's going to be like, nah, calm, man. Look what they did. Look what they did. They helped us to do this and the other. And ultimately, they did. They do, of course. If we go on to win something, all of those players that I'm talking about, they would have helped us to win. Of course they would. Like, it's going to be impossible, I think, for them to not have helped in some way, shape, or form. But are they good enough for the long haul, though? That's kind of my thing. I don't know about you, Jerry, like, in terms of how you kind of look at it, the whole situation, especially with January coming up as well.
Yeah. If I'm going to be honest, my problem, like, the only player that really in this forward line that I go and trust, and it's never me being biased, the stats back it up, is Luis Diaz. Reason being is, this season, man's got 9 goals in 20 games, with it, I think, with a couple assists. That's a goal every other game, innit? So and he's not, so that's calm for me. On top of that, my man's starting enough games on the bench where he's having to come on. Like, it's not like he's, you know, that Salah's getting the benefit of playing every single game. Now, of course, Salah is Salah, but Núñez now is more or less playing a lot of games. He's starting a lot of games back to back. He's doing like rotation with Gakpo, and it's like we're not really getting the best out of them. Like, when Diaz is on form, it's like we want to play him, and then all of a sudden Gakpo comes on. Then Gakpo's like, he scores a goal, but then comes in, don't do well, or he doesn't start the next game, and it's just a bit up and down with them, man. So it's like, I give them kind of a bly. But obviously the Jota one with you being injured, and then the Darwin Núñez one, for me, when it comes to goals, right, he's still the one that's getting the most chances. Look at the stats. He's still the one that's, all the chances are falling to him. All the chances. Yeah, he's missing. Think of the last game. Think of the Real Madrid game. Think of the game before that. Think of City. Like, as in, he's the one that's coming and getting these chances, and he's fluffing his lines. Now, if that's happening, the amount of chances that Liverpool are creating, it's kind of like logic to me. You get someone in that's just a bit more clinical, and you have the goals. And it doesn't have to be anyone that's mad, you know. You could just have like
Tony.
Yeah, but obviously, like, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand how, like, you're like, well, Liverpool create loads of chances. Can you just get someone that can just like finish? Like, you know, like it doesn't have to, you know, like Callum, you know,
Maybe
like
I say
Callum
it so
Wilson,
polite as
you know,
well.
if Liverpool, you know, Callum Wilson's always injured, but cool. If Callum Wilson were injured and played for Liverpool, you know, he'd get like 15, 20 goals a season. Easy.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
yeah, yeah, of course, because he can finish.
Easy.
Yeah, yeah, because he can
Exactly.
finish.
And that's all Liverpool need, because the chances that happen is being created. Now, of course, Salah is always going to go and get his, as we discussed, and he's like the
Yeah.
main man, and all the chances are geared towards him. Everyone's trying to feed him a lot of the time. You know, Alexander-Arnold is trying to find him. You know, if you had like Tony peeling to the back post, or if you had like Giroud back in the day for France, they're trying to find him back post, so he's going to get more of the chances. But right now, it's him. Scary thing is, though, the other person that all the chances are falling to is Nunes, but he's not finishing. He's not finishing. Now, look, Kelleher made a blunder 100%, yeah. But if Nunes scores that goal, you know, like you go, you're now 3-1 up, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, game done, you know. Like the margins in footballs are mad. Like, you score that goal, you score that penalty, and the game completely changes. So it's like, at one point you've got to look at it and be like, look, you've been here for 3 seasons now. What indication is there that you're going to become this finisher? Working hard in that is all great. When it comes down to the nooks and crannies of it, you need to score your goals, because guess what? At one point or another, Salah's going to go, and someone's going to have to make up for that 75%. And I trust Diaz to make up 10% of that.
Yeah.
I trust Jota, if he's fit, to make up 10% of that. Even Gakpo, I don't even like him. I trust him to make up 10% of that. Like, I don't even like him. But, bruv, we need Nunes to make up 20% because he's the forward. He's not doing it.
So, okay, on the point that you're talking about Nunes, right? Because I'm with you, of course. Like, I 100% agree with everything that you're saying, right? So this has been the pushback to that, right? This is what I've been seeing recently on that. I haven't seen the stats, people, so I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you and try and back it up or whatever, right? And big up Pops and big up Mike, because yes, we spoke about this before in terms of everyone was saying, yeah, Nunes, like, and we'll be better off without Salah and all this kind of, we look better and apparently and all that kind of stuff, whatever. You see, with Nunes, yeah, from what I'm hearing, from what people are saying, and I'm gonna trust the stats that people are coming with are factual. So I'll put my neck on the line. Yeah, they're trying to say that Nunes obviously last season was getting more, like, we were geared up so that he would get more chances, right? No problem. They're saying that this season he's getting less chances. That's why he looks less effective in this team. Hence why he's only got 3 goals and why he's only got 2 assists. Again, Jerry, I know I can see your face. I'm not like, I'm gonna go with, because they obviously start putting up stats. I think it was like, it's like 0.03 difference in terms of his XG, in terms of the chances that he's actually having in games between last season and this season so far under Arne Slot. So I said, okay, cool, like that must be right. If you're not just gonna pluck it out from nothing, right? So my pushback to that, and I'd love to hear your opinion, is, so we've seen him get bare chances and he's missed way too many chances. He's now not getting that many chances, and because he's not a good finisher, he's not scoring at all. Like, now he's really just not scoring in any shape or form. Now he's doing the running around, work ethic thing and blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to figure out, because people are saying, yeah, it's Slot, not even Slot's fault, but they're trying to almost pin it on Slot and say, nah, but if Slot was to just, you know what I mean, like, creates it, or have a system that created a bit more chances for Nunes, we'd see better output in this, that, and the third. But we saw that last season and the season before with Klopp. So we've seen both sides now. Now we've seen what it looks like with Nunes in both kind of sides. It's just not working either way. So I don't get why people are trying to argue the whole case of, but he's not getting enough chances.
What did you say? It was 0.03 difference.
Yeah, like the difference now between last season and this season. So
that's nothing then. That's nothing.
Yeah, because it was
that's nothing.
0.15 last season and it's 0.12 this season.
Yeah, so he's getting the same amount of chances. Like, let's keep it a buck, bruv. What's the difference between 1.03 and 1.05? What are you talking about?
Jerry,
like,
I'm just
no, not you, but I'm saying, what are people talking about? Like, if you had told me, yeah, he was getting 1.2 last season, but he's now getting 0.8 this season, yeah, that's a substantial difference. That's a substantial difference. Not now. Second of all, when we're talking about a player like Darwin Núñez, I don't know what people are watching in it. I really, when people are saying he's not getting as many chances created for him, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? He had the chance against Madrid that cleared off the line. He had the 1v1 against Aston Villa that he went and just ballooned over after scoring the goal that he shouldn't have probably scored when he rounded the keeper, right? In the last game against Newcastle, we had two off the line there as well. He had and again, I'm not saying whether he should have scored, shouldn't have scored, but I'm just putting them out there. He had the header that went into him, and he should have scored a header. This was against who? Was this against Aston Villa as well? He had obviously that header he kind of did against Madrid. Like, he's getting chances. Let's stop it. Stop it. As a forward at Liverpool, you get chances, and he's not. And I'm sorry, Salah is playing a deeper role. People are telling everyone, and people can see it, that he's getting on the ball, he's doing this, he's turning left, he's turning right, he's dropping deeper, he's finding people, he's getting chances. He's just not finishing his dinner, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. He's just not finishing his dinner. And unfortunately, Liverpool create less goals and less chances than they did last season. So everyone's stats will be dropped. So if you look at the amount of chances Diaz has happened, it's dropped. The amount of chances Gakpo's getting, it's dropped. Because ultimately, you don't need to score 4 or 5 goals like we were doing last season to win a game. You don't. You can score 1 goal and win the game.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's what it is. Problem is, when you're getting the 1 or 2 chances, you now need someone that can 9 times out of 10 hit the target. I'm not even saying score the goal, hit the target. You're struggling to hit the target though. How about the chance in the last game with the ball's in the box and he just completely misses it? He just scuffs it.
Apparently,
Salah, Salah had the similar situation where he's in the box, swivels, the ball bubbles, he turns and gets it on target. Now, if you don't score, but you get it on target or get a good connection on it. You can't even get a good connection on it. You cannot even get a good connection on it. So when people are backing it and saying this, you are now living in your own delusional world. Liverpool have had strikers that start from Sturridge to Torres to Fowler to Suarez to flipping Ian Rush to, you know what I mean? Like pure forwards. Pure forwards that I can bang. And you're telling me that what? You're not creating chances. How about them, man? We weren't creating chances. We were creating like 1 chance a game. Torres used to get like 1-2 chances a game.
For real. Yeah, man wasn't getting bare chances. Yeah, he wasn't like
Liverpool right now look like they're creating chances at ease. It's just nothing. It's nothing right now. It's just put chance on the counter attack, chance. How about against in the last game where Núñez is running with the ball and he just runs it out of play? He runs with the ball and there's no like, I'm gonna check back in, I'm gonna keep the ball for us. He just runs straight down off the pitch on a counter attack.
Hey, listen, look, I'm not Núñez, isn't it? Like, I'm just trying to figure out because, and big up Harris, by the way, man. Love for joining us this morning. I don't know if he's there or not. Just quickly before I get Harris's opinion on this like whole conversation and stuff. Obviously, Pop's asking what happened to that link up that Mo and Núñez had early last season. Who knows, man? Who knows? I think that was more, to be honest, to me, even when I saw that, I used to just always sit there and think it's not. Obviously, a link up is a link up in it. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I always felt like it was more pushed by Mo anyway. Like, and it should, as it should be. To be fair, like I'll be fair, as it should be, because he's obviously the senior and better, more experienced player, in the squad. So it probably would be. But again, it was always more. But it was kind of more down to the fact that this guy is just in a purple patch at the moment, not like a how you might see with like Firmino with a Mane or Firmino with like a Salah, where it's like it's not really ever really based. It's not based on like anyone's form. They just have that link up there. Whereas that was, if this guy's in form, that link up can work. I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I've not seen Salah and Mo not link up. I fully, have seen it. Whereas I don't feel like that's a true link up. It's just more, this guy's in form, i.e. Harry Kane and Son, where that's a proper link up. Like, it's not based on anyone's form. It's just they have this connection, between the two kind of players. So it's not based on who, because more time Kane might not, Son might not even be in form like that, but they'll still be, doing their thing. But sorry, go on, Harris. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I think at Roma, Edin Dzeko, him and Salah had a link up, and I think Salah he has that he has that understanding of playing with a number 9 in terms of the runs they make. Yeah, so you see, for example, let me use a different example. Doku and Haaland, that is not a link up, because there's many times that Doku will hold onto the ball and Haaland makes a run. Yeah, and as I'm pretty sure you've played up front before. Yeah, when you make those runs to the far post or to the near post, but your wingers ignoring you. is frustration at times between the winger and the striker. But you see with Salah, Salah's always trying to look for the striker's run, and to either find him with a Trivela, a well-weighted pass across. Yeah, I think these are kind of things that Salah may have in common with Nunes. He has the understanding of the runs that Nunes makes, but I wouldn't say that's a proper link up. Yes, they did assist each other, but you've got to look at the assists like from last season and the season before, because these are not like assists where man's just picking them out. For example, I've seen Nunes, for example, just set the ball to Salah and Salah's shot and that's a goal. Yeah, these are not like great link ups. For example, these are not like, for example, Firmino and Salah, like you said, yeah, where they're finding each other in different spaces or they're making good runs. Yeah. So yeah, that's it really with what I think about the link up play between our forwards.
Nah, man, and I'm gonna get your opinion on this because I want to go on to the other players before this turns into a Nunes hate-a-thon and people start, you know what I mean, start moving all mad. There was 2 comments here. One, Michael put here, over the past 3 Premier League seasons, Haaland has had 72 big chances missed and he has scored 75 goals. Nunes has had 52 big chances missed and he has scored 22 goals. Ollie Watkins has had 49 big chances missed, scored 41. Salah's had 42, scored 50. Havertz has had 30 big chances missed, scored 25. Rashford's had 30 and has scored 28. So Nunes is level. Oh no, not level with anyone on this. I thought he was level with someone. I think I saw one that had Nicholas Jackson on there. I think he was level with him in terms of the goals scored, but when it came to big chances missed, obviously Nunes had missed, you know, a lot more. So yeah, man, these numbers don't really look too great when you do look at it for someone like Darwin Nunes, and I do think that the writing, you know, is on the wall. Big up Landon in the building, man. Good morning to you. Premier League stats: Mo Salah's got 13, 8 assists. Luis Diaz 5, 2 assists. Jota 2 and 2. Nunes 2 and 1. Gakpo 2 and 1. So yeah, I mean Gakpo. I mean, it's difficult because I guess it's like I'm trying to be fair in it. So it's like I guess I can look at it and kind of say, yeah, well, maybe, you know, they're not playing as many games in terms of starting games. But then again, Diaz isn't starting every single game as well. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I just don't want to be, you know, too harsh. But at the same time, it is just getting a little bit tricky out here, man. Big up Sam in the building, my bro. Hope you're blessed. Any team in world football, 75% reliance is overly reliant. This shows that Salah is elite, but 100% we rely on him too much. This is kind of my thing. It's like I try to find the stats, people, and I cannot find them. If anybody, I know honesty is probably out there somewhere, bro. If you got the stats somewhere chilling where you can just show me the other teams in terms of their reliance on that one player, striker, attacker, whoever, if we can just see the numbers. I like I said, I don't know what the other numbers are. For all I know, Bayern rely on Harry Kane too much. I don't know. So I need to, you know what I mean, I would need to see the what the percentages would actually be. Although I don't feel like theirs will be 75% because man like Elise, Musiala, Sane, Gnabry, Matisse Tel, I feel like they always all get quite a lot of goals anyway.
Bear in mind, it's not like 75% of the goals. It's 75% of goals and assists.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
That's the worrying bit. If you're 75, like Chris Wood is probably accounting for 90% of Nottingham Forest goals.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. It's the assisted side of it that's just like, wow, this is just a madness now. Like, do you know what I mean? Gakpo's getting, a few chances a game, but most of them are falling to Nunes, if we're being honest. Most of them are falling to Nunes. And look, put it this way as well. I think another thing Liverpool need to be a bit better at, I think, is set pieces as well. Because the amount of headers that if Van Dijk scores a couple of his goals, all of a sudden it looks a bit different. Because when you look at like Saka probably accounts for a lot of Arsenal's goals, but they're not scoring goals out of like open play like that. When it's Saka, but it's a lot of assists from Saka. It's a lot of crosses into the box, a lot of set pieces. So, yeah, I mean, it's horses for courses, man.
No, it's true. I said, look at 𝐂𝐸𝐿. Hey, that's funny, bro. He's talking to you. He asked us here, look, a question to answer your question. If, God forbid, Salah has a bad game against Everton, are you confident we get something? At this moment, no. I think we'd lose the game. I don't feel like we'd have enough in the game. Like he doesn't score or assist at all. I don't think Liverpool win the game.
I think
we might get a draw just how it is.
I think it depends. I think if Trent plays, I think for me, if Trent and if Diaz play, I think we can get something out of the game.
Yeah, I think if Diaz was to play, sorry, go on.
No. Sorry, that's go on.
Yeah, if Salah wasn't there, Diaz would have played on the right for sure. And I think Diaz is good on the right because I've seen him play on the right a couple times. Like last season against Fulham, where we won 3-1 away, and then in the Champions League against Benfica, he played there at home in the 2021/22 season. Yeah, I think he's performed on the right wing when he's gone there. Do we think we win the game? The game could go like in a different way. Like, I'm not saying we're going to win it. I'm not saying we're going to lose it. But because Salah's not there,
doesn't that even almost like answer it for us? Like from when we're saying that, because remember, let's keep it a buck. I don't think Everton are as shit as they are showing themselves, even though I know they won the other day against Wolves like 3 or 4-0, whatever it was. But I don't think they're as bad because they've got good players in their team, right? So I'm not saying that there's some like Shrewsbury Town level type of team. They are a decent enough team.
They're not,
as long as they get things, clicking a bit better with Daesh. But let's keep it buck. We have a better team. So I'm not saying just because we have the better team, it's a foregone conclusion. But I don't feel like just because Salah's out of the team, it should be like we're and ahhing with like, I don't know, like will we even win the game?
To be fair,
sure we don't have anyone else.
What I think it is, what I think it is personally is if this was under Klopp, right, there wouldn't be this discussion. Like even if Salah was performing, there wouldn't be this discussion because then the kind of discussion and the discourse I'm hearing around Slot is Klopp mastered. I think big up to Els. I think Els spoke about it, saying Klopp mastered this period of the season. She started putting up pictures of Shaqiri, Minamino, this person, that person. So of course, when you're putting in these players in saying that he's utilizing the full squad to maximize the team, we don't know what Slot's going to do because there's no evidence of that. So it's that fear factor.
Yeah.
But if it sounds like Guardiola, right, and De Bruyne was out, because they've got history and they know we can still win with or without De Bruyne. We can win with or without a striker. They're not fussed whether one of their players are out. They're not fussed if one of their players got to go because there's the trust there from the fan base. I think with Liverpool, we just need to build to that because we don't know what Slot's going to do. Heck, Salah might come out of the team and like, you know what? I'm just putting it out there. There could be a discussion where man are like, rah, do we even miss Salah? Because the discussions like that about Alisson right now, and we've had that discussion before under Klopp, where Salah was out and it's like, do we even need Salah? We're still winning games. So what I'm saying is you don't know what it's going to be. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm not saying I don't want Salah in the team. I'm just saying we have to wait and see what Slot can do as a manager when there's adversity. That's the whole point of being a manager, isn't it? That's it. And until we're proven that we can't do anything if Salah's not in the team, then we have to wait and see what it is. Because remember, Trent was supposed to be out, and that was supposed to be a madness as well. And it was calm. For the Real Madrid game, Trent and Konate was out, and the discussion was, "Oh my God, how are we going to cope with Bradley and my man at right back, Bradley and Gomez?"
No, it was there. Remember, that's when he got injured.
No, for the Man City game. Sorry, for the Man City game.
Yeah.
It was how are we going to? Bradley and that's going to be a mad. Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, or who's going to play there? And all of a sudden, Gomez came in, and everyone was like, "Look, Gomez is back here." And I was getting called to do shows talking about, is Gomez back? Can Gomez go and now be a starter? Can we just rerun what we did in 18-19? One game after that, and man are like, Gomez ain't good enough. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of the, which is mad. So what I'm saying is, just got to give it time and just see what happens. I think within the team, naturally, in it, if the star boy is gone, someone's got to step up in it. Someone has to step up, and someone will step up. Whether they step up to the level of Salah is different, but someone always tends to step up, whether it's a midfielder, a winger, a forward, whatever it might be in it. So
this point here, big up Landon. I was just reading this because I was trying to think myself, and I would love to hear what the guys think. I'll ask you, Harris, first, and then I'll ask Jerry. obviously saying here there are and this is Lannon's words. There are 3 types of strikers out there. So you got the Roberto Firmino type, you got the Lewandowski, Harry Kane type, and then you've got the Erling Haaland type. In all honesty, he doesn't feel that Darwin Núñez belongs to any of these kind of groups. If you had to put him in one of those groups, let's say you have to put him in one of these groups, which group would you actually put him in, though? Harris?
I can't even put him in any of those groups. I have a different group in mind.
Go on. What's the group?
He's part of that Højlund category. Like, let's take out the goals, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. If you think about how fans will talk about them, they say they got a lot of energy, they like to run, yeah, they're quick, they're big, they're strong, but there's not really much end product there. So, for example, if you watch Man United games, Højlund runs about a lot and he presses a lot, and I don't even think it's intelligent pressing. I just think he's running for the sake of it. Yeah, like, you know, those guys that like all right, for example, you see all 3 of us, we've all played ball here. Yeah, you've definitely played with someone like a striker that will just press for the sake of it.
Yeah,
like there's no intelligence about it. There's no structure to the pressing. You're just running for the sake of it, just to try and rush someone. I think Núñez is like that. Now, when it comes to goals, Núñez was obviously, he's had one good season where he's put up good numbers. Yeah, which came in the Benfica. In the Portuguese league. Yeah. Same with Højlund. Højlund even put up great numbers like that in Serie A. He didn't score more than 10 goals in a season. The most he scored was 9, and then he left for 72 million. So
the thing is, what I'm saying is, yeah, like, sorry to interrupt, Harris. I think that even categorization of forward is not enough, because guess what? There's another type of forward, and there's the forward that just like the Barnes at Burnley, or Vokes at Burnley, the brother that just brings others into play, holds up the ball well, sets it off, and he might not get goals, but one thing that he does, he might not even get assists like that, but he helps knit things together. And it's not like Bobby, it's more like a forward. Just there's pure them in non-league, there's pure them down the pyramid, where you look at their stats and it's like, bro, the man's got like 3 goals in 30 games, but he plays every game because he's just a nuisance. But he's not even a.
Barnes is a nuisance, bro.
Exactly. Remember Barnes? He was a nuisance, bro. He was just, you knew he was going to cause problems. He might score, he might not, but the thing is, he's not even that. So what category does he fit into?
But okay, so you see with that, yeah, and as I'm saying, I don't know if I'm agreeing or not agreeing, but you see with like a Barnes, that kind of category, is it then even worse then for someone like a Núñez, where you can say, let's just say in definition for what you said, that sounds a bit like what people were trying to categorize Núñez as last season, i.e., he's a nuisance, he's a chaos, he does this, he does that. Let's just for the sake of argument, let's just put him into that, right? Is the problem then is that, like, one, Barnes is Barnes playing for Burnley. There is no expectancy on him to score so many goals that keep us up in the Premier League and, you know, do this, that, and the third. As you said, it's more about, you're going to help everything else, and you're going to knit so that whoever, I can't remember who it was at the time, was Dwight McNeil. You're going to help players like Dwight McNeil, you know, get assists and get goals, and he's probably going to be my top goal scorer. You're going to score, as you said, you're free in, or I'm sure he had a season where he actually had double figures, to be fair, but let's just say he's going to have those seasons where man's getting free in 30 games, but no one is actually looking at his goals because we're watching the games. Is that then the problem with Núñez, is that you are record signing or record attacking signing? You cost all this money on top of the fact you've come off of a season where it's like, brother, like, you scored all of these goals. I'm not even expecting you to get those goals because it's a different league, it's a whole different football. I'm not even expecting that. I'm at least expecting to be better than what I'm seeing though at this moment in time. And to be honest, let me even go back on what I just said. With the amount of chances you're actually getting, maybe I should be expecting you to get those kind of goals because you're getting so many chances. Like, it's not like I think the stat there was 52 big chances missed. So, and you only scored 22 goals in 3 seasons that you've been at this football club.
So less than 50%. Less than 50% of the big chances. This is, yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah. If I try to be like as objective as possible, The only way Nunes does well for a team is if he plays for a team where there's there's the other team has got mad space in behind. So the only time Nunes really looks effective is when we're in transition, because that's the time when you're like, he looks good. Is in like, if he makes the right pass, if he runs past a couple man, he done it against Madrid. I'm not gonna lie in it. Like, he had a poor game in the last game, but he done well against Madrid in terms of that, because that was a team that was gonna obviously try and play us. And in transition, Liverpool are really, really good. So that's why he's a benefit. If he played for, you know, Leicester, or played for one of those teams when they played with Vardy, he'd have pace in behind, and obviously that'd affect the team as well. The problem you've got though is Liverpool aren't that. So when now the team are sitting back and there's no space in behind, and 9 times out of 10 you're trying to keep the ball and you're working it, and man's touch isn't great and his shin pads, and that's when it starts to look all messy. The space in behind, of course, is going to look great in a Sunday league game. He kill teams. He'll kill teams because there's just space. There's always space.
Can you imagine Nunes in like National League?
Like, no, it'll be dumb. It'll be dumb. It'll be dumb.
50, 60 goals, calm.
Easy, you know, easy. Like, I wouldn't even, you know, like, because you start to get the chances, and then all of a sudden, like, you get the confidence, and then he realizes his pace is mad. But like, as you go up the levels, your pace is, although it's effective, it's less effective. And the clear case in point is Adama Traore. Adama Traore is the most rapid player. He's not the best player though, because your pace can be negated by good positioning, good defensive setup, and people that can read the game better. So if his pace is the sole reason Liverpool signed him, it's one of the worst signings there is, because it couldn't have just been that. Because guess what? Vardy had pace, and Liverpool never signed Vardy from the National League ever. You had to wait until you saw what he did in the Premier League to even for clubs to even be sniffing around. Vardy was never looked at. I never heard Vardy was never a player that people looked at when he was in the Championship or League One or wherever and said, yeah, we're going to get him straight into the Premier League because he's so fast. Man, there's pure players that are fast, you know. There's pure players that are fast. There's players that are faster than Nunes. Patson Daka, it's another fast player. What's Patson Daka doing? But in the league that he was in, exactly. But in the league that he was in, he was terrorizing, man. I remember seeing the clip. I'm like, "Rah, this brother's mad." Do you know what I mean? Because that can be negated. You've got to have more to yourself than just pace. Theo Walcott's another example. Another one, just pace merchant. Did he ever achieve the heights that people thought he would? No, because there has to be more to your game than just pace.
Is that just before we even move? Before I get your take, Harris. Obviously your coach and that. Is that something that like you would try to teach? Like, say, like, I don't know, like any of the kids that you teach, that you coach, sorry. Like, if you've got one who's like, I don't know if you've got anyone who's like super duper fast, is that something that you would try to like coach them in terms of, obviously they're young in it, so it might be obviously it's a bit different than playing, you know, a few years up and stuff. But is that something that you would try to kind of like, yo, teach, man, like, listen, that pace is great, and we're not saying don't have pace, but you do need to be able to utilize your other aspects of your game maybe a bit better.
100%. I've got a player in my team, really, really good kid. Yeah, not technically probably not the best and stuff, but he is rapid. When I mean rapid, like, if I'm standing there and you're 5 meters away, he will tap the ball and he'll get there before me. That's how fast he is. Like ridiculously fast, like ridiculous, like effortless, right? But he's someone that's doing everything 100 miles an hour. I've had to tell him to slow down. I'm having to tell him, when you get the ball, when you're using your pace, it's set spinning behind. Yeah, we don't want you doing anything else. But if you're trying to face someone up, I want small touches to tap into space, because I'm having to get him to slow down, because half the time he was doing the same thing as Nunes. He'll touch the ball and run it off the pitch, running mad fast with the ball, and the ball's bobbling all over the place, and he's just losing the ball, and then he's doing everything at speed, and like he's trying to control the ball and cross the ball at speed, and it's just going off the pitch, and he's shooting the ball at speed, and everything just mad erratic. I had to cut everything out. I had to tell him, take your time, just set 1-2, just do the basics well, and then come into your own and start using your pace when the game opens up. Smaller touches. Now, of course, Nunes is better at doing that. I'm talking about a 12-year-old kid in an 11-year-old kid, but that's the things I've had to work on. But Nunes, it seems like, I don't think he's ever been coached properly. He's fast. Just put him up front and he's going to do damage, and just let him do what he wants. That's the difference. He's not been coached how to use that pace, because Haaland's rapid. Like, people are talking that Haaland's not rapid.
Yeah, Haaland's rapid. Yeah.
Haaland in transition, you're not catching him. You're not catching him, but he knows how to to use it. He's using his speed well. He's understanding that City, I'm not going to have that goal that I scored at Borussia Dortmund or Salzburg every single time where it's a ball through on goal and a halfway line and I'm running through and I've just got to finish. He's not going to get that goal because of the way City play. So he's had to change his model, his game. So when I'm saying, but he doesn't do anything else, he can't score his own goal and Nunes can create his chances. Yes, because the way Nunes, the transition game he play means that you have to be able to go and do that.
No, man. Nah, I hear it, man. Bro, it's funny, man. I'm gonna move away from Nunes now because, like I said, I like it. Nunes is Nunes. Like, that's the only way I can really describe it is that he's just him. The rest of the other players, I think, it would be interesting to like. I would love this season, by the way, not last season, but I would love Diaz to be given the amount of chances that a Nunes had been kind of given in terms of big chances and stuff. I would love, because I think that Diaz would have more goals. I even think Gakpo would have more goals. We know Jota obviously would have more goals anyway, just because he's a really, really good finisher. But yeah, I would love to see how that kind of looks. When we're looking at Mo, obviously, as I mentioned before, he's contributing 75%. We know the situation currently. I've seen something online this morning. I don't know if it's true or not true, so I didn't send it in the group or not. I don't really listen to these kind of rumors and reports that apparently the contract is looking like it's going to be done. Again, I don't really know. Are Liverpool in a position where they can afford, and this to you, Harris, do you feel like that we're in a position where we can be picky and choosy, picky and choosy in terms of Mo's whole contract situation and stuff like that? Or do you think it's one of those ones where we've got to do everything we can to keep him, or there's a line and if he crosses it, then he's got to go regardless?
I think his performances over the years have definitely shown that he's worthy of a big contract. And I think it kind of depends on like how he's acting. Like if he's saying, I want 600k a week, or I'm not staying, then I don't think the owners are gonna like. I don't think the owners will look at that and say, we definitely have to sign him up, because FSG, based on how like over the years, like for example Henderson, Milner, and I think I'm forgetting someone else, they wanted to move on players because of age, and they're probably looking at Salah and Virgil and thinking, yes, you're good, but like your age is a bit iffy. Personally, I don't think that really should matter, because if your players are performing and they're consistently showing their worth, then give them a contract. But I've heard talk of like, apparently it could be a 1-year deal, could be like a 2-year deal. Just sign Salah up. But like I said with the owners, our owners are very, very, very what's the word? Stingy. Yeah, because I think if Salah was at like a Chelsea, a City, United, they would have signed him up a long time ago, because they don't care about wage structure. I think he wants more money, more than contract length. Yes, he's saying he wants to stay and that, but it's not like he's asking for like. Sorry,
you think? Like, I'm asking, like, you think so? Like, you think it's more about the money than the contract length?
Yes.
Okay, cool. No,
because we've seen this situation before. When you know the season after the quad chasing season, it was all about money. He wanted more money, and he got a 2-year extension. And I think the same situation is happening now. Like if like I said, if he was at United or like a Chelsea, I think they would have signed him a long time ago with a longer length and with more money. We definitely know he'll get more money than he's getting at Liverpool, because those teams, they don't care about wage structure. But now I think he's trying to put more pressure on the owners, saying, yes, I want to stay, but it's not in his hands. So he's kind of indicating, like you see on Twitter, like the fans are trying to get onto the owners about Salah's contract. After every goal he scores, sign him up, give him what he wants. He's proven his worth. He's doing his thing. So I'm not saying that we should break the wage structure for him, but at least give him enough, even though he's a footballer and he probably has enough. But just to please him and keep him, because we need him, and the stats show that as well. Just sign him up. Same goes for Virgil as well, because Virgil's our captain. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any
I've
other
heard.
centre back like him.
Yeah.
And I've told you many times, G, before, like in the order who I'd rather keep out of the three. It'll probably be Virgil, to be fair, because I don't think there's any other defender that can come in and do what he's done. Yeah. And it's like the impact he has on our defense. I don't think any other defender matches that. But with Salah, it's kind of the same thing, because if you take Salah out of our team,
I was gonna say, yeah.
where are those goals really coming from? Because you look at Diaz. I think Diaz he's had a rough patch. He last year with his parents. He was in and out of the team. He picked up that injury from Thomas Partey.
Do
The
we think he
season
came back
before.
too early from that whole situation with his pups? Do you think he came back a bit too early? I saw he
I think
played
so.
like literally against Luton like the next day or something.
He missed Nottingham.
Sorry, yeah, he missed.
But
Sorry,
then-
yeah, you're right. He missed. Nottingham,
Yeah,
then
he missed.
played the next game.
Yeah, he played the next game, but then he scored.
And his dad wasn't
and
even
then-
back by then, innit? When he scored
No,
that
no,
goal, his
no,
dad
no,
wasn't
no.
even back.
He was
He
playing
was.
whilst his dad went back. Yeah.
That's a bit of a, it's a bit of a madness when I deep it, because at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care. But yeah, when I deep it, yeah, it's a bit mad still, like for you to just play. But sorry, go on, Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah, so Diaz had a bit of a rough patch then. And then we've seen him. He has 5 league goals. He scored a hat-trick in the Champions League. It seems like he's starting to show his worth now, like what he's about. And I highly rate Diaz since when he came from Porto. Yeah, then we've got Chiesa, who we haven't seen. We've got Jota, who is a bagsman, but barely plays because of his injuries. But he's shown us numbers before. We've got Cody Gakpo, who, in my opinion, he's had a bit of a mixed bag of a career at Liverpool. Because if you see when he first came in, Klopp was trying to force this false nine thing, and
He done well there, though.
I
That's
think
probably his
he
best
did
form.
well. He did well there, but he didn't. I don't think he put up his performances. At times were a bit inconsistent, because I don't think he's a number 9 personally. Just because he's tall, I don't think. I mean, I've heard a lot of fans say, "Oh, he's tall, he's 6'2", put him up front." He's always been like more of a ball to feet player.
I sound like one of the
since-
Sunday League managers.
Yeah, because he's tall.
Oh,
put
was he
him up
left foot?
front.
All right, just put him left back. These times, man's a
Yeah.
blatant right attacking midfielder. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so if you look at him at PSV, like how he was playing, he's playing the same way at PSV he's playing the same way at Liverpool than he was at PSV, with this whole cutting in thing, cross to the back post, the dink crosses, and his output has always been good at PSV, like with assists, goals, double digits. If you look at his GA, like overall his career, it's actually quite good for his age. Yeah. Now he's come to Liverpool, played in the false 9. He's played in the 8. I remember last season against Atalanta away, where we won 1-0. Towards the end of the game, Klopp slapped him left back. So it's always been more of a.
I can never forget when he did that against Thing, but he also did it against Everton. I'm sure he did it in the Everton game.
At home or away?
No, away at Goodison Park.
Oh,
I remember thinking
last season.
Yeah, last season, and I remember thinking,
yeah.
Raw, like Gakpo, you're getting treated like I don't even want to say
a squad player, like those players that are like a Milner, like he can play there, he can fill in there, innit? So yeah, so as I was saying about Gakpo, I don't think he's had a fair run of games in the position. Now he's getting that, and he's put up some decent numbers. He's got 8 goals in all comps. He's been performing this season. Now he's got slots, so he's gonna play left wing. We've seen Diaz move to striker, and Gakpo's on the left. Yeah, so I'm hoping that he can perform. I'm hoping both can perform, because it's healthy competition to have between the wingers. Yeah, so now we get to see him in a run of games in his actual position, rather than playing number 8, playing 10, playing striker, playing left back, playing right wing, because Klopp moved him about a lot. So now we get to see him in his actual position and see what he's about. Because if he's still putting in inconsistent performances on the wing by the end of the season, then we can have a conversation. And you guys know how much I like Gakpo. But if he's still doing Um, if he's still putting in inconsistent performances, yeah, which I haven't seen this season, he's put up more good performances than bad. Then we need to have a conversation. But let's just see the competition between our wingers going forward.
No, it's true. As you was talking there, I was looking at his record. So in 159 games for PSV, he's got 55 goals and 55 goals and 50 assists, which is really good. So what's that? 105.
Problem is with Gakpo, yeah, for me, is when you played in the false nine under Klopp, of course, you're not gonna have a false nine on the slot like that. His stats were similar to what they are now. Like I think in 21 games, if I remember, like 20 games, he got like 7 goals and 3 assists, right? And from January, because he came in the January, so January to the end of the season, he got 7 goals and 3 assists. I think that's in the Prem, right? Now, that's in 21 games. That's a 1 in 3 type of player. But that was Bobby numbers. But in that false nine, it's more about how you operate in that system. So you dropping off, flicking it round the corner to Salah, playing the pass that allows someone to play the assist. That's why I thought he done really, really well. Now, when he's playing now about can you isolate your man? Can you beat your man? I don't like it at all, man. I don't like it at all. And again, it's the same argument that people have with Nunes, where they're like, yeah, but you know, we don't create enough chances, and you know, if he was the main man, well, yeah, but he's not the main man. That's the problem. He's not the main man at this moment in time. He's not the team's not going to be geared about getting him that ball at every opportunity to go and do what you can do. Same as Doku now at City. He's not the main guy where every opportunity they're feeding him the ball and he can try and get at his man 20 times. He gets 5 times to get at his man now. And he's got to do it. He's got to beat his man half of those times, because if you don't, then Guardiola's going to take him off and not playing the next game. And that's my problem with him right now, is where he's playing. There's a reliance now on you having to go and get on the end of stuff now, albeit he's done it in the last couple of games, 100%. But when you're looking at, for example, like the Premier League, as Bayesian's saying there, he's got 8 goals in all comps. There's similar stats when you think about it. I think it was 20 goals, 20 games he played from January to the end of the season. He got 7 goals. I just checked it now,
yes, 21, 7 goals, 3 assists. Yeah, you're right.
So the stats look the same. But when you look at the Premier League, irrespective of if he's starting games or not, it's 2 goals and 1 assist.
Probably 2 goals and 1 assist is mad. That is mad.
Like I don't care. Like, and we're forgetting that he scored 4 of his goals in the EFL Cup. So
he's a coupler. Who said it? Rom said it. He's a coupler, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, you can use man for these like cup games and that. Like that. But to be fair, you need these kind of players, isn't it? I guess it's just whether or not you're. Go on, Joe.
But you see in the cups, these are Prem teams that we faced, like West Ham and Brighton. And
Harris, I'm not here to argue the
I'm just saying. Because you see, because I've heard the.
Was it a rotated Brighton? Was it a rotated Brighton?
I don't think it was any. I don't think. I think it was still a good Brighton team, in my opinion. Like, they had Van Heck on the pitch. Yes, they changed the goalkeeper.
No Welbeck, no Mitoma, no João Pedro. No,
they played. This isn't a strong Brighton team, bro. Man played Steele in goal. Ferguson, who's whatever he's on right now. Enciso, Gruder, Moder, and Weaver in the midfield. Lamptey, Heck, Igor, and the Kadioglu brother. All right, let me see how much different it looks then to the game that they faced us at Anfield, where we just beat them. Let me see how many changes they actually made from that game. We beat them 2
sets, guys. 2 sets to get in a call.
Yeah, no, do you think? All right, so cool. Welbeck comes in, Rutter comes in, Matoma comes in, Ayari comes in, Estupinan came in, bro.
But Ayari
wasn't. Veltman.
Ayari's not a starter, to be fair.
Yeah, okay. So we'll take out Ayari, but
because Enciso is everyone knows about Enciso. He played well. Yeah. I think it last season.
I think it was the year that Zzerbi was like the season before. Yeah, when he finished 5th.
Yeah, remember that goal against City. So I would say it's just manager preference with him, but we all know Enciso's a good player. Edingra's a good player. Ferguson, he's been injured, but he's good. Moder, he's all right.
No, but like Ferguson now.
But the back 4.
Yeah.
Go on.
No. Go on.
you see the back four is what is not really like a makeshift back four. Like that's actually one of their main back fours. The only one that I would say will come out is probably Lamptey, and then Kelly will go right back. So yes, it's a changed team, but it's still a Premier League team. Yeah, like,
Yeah, no,
and
of course.
yeah. And then when it comes to like how Jerry was saying about the false nine, how he was playing role there, the issue that people had with him is that he would go missing, and he still does go missing sometimes. It's not like he doesn't. Yeah. So like you will see Gakpo make a wonderful pass, or like he may cook someone, he may get past someone. Then you won't see him for the rest of the game. That was the issue with him, and I started to call him Ghost Po. Yeah, because like he would just have a moment and then that's it. Like you won't see my man. Like there was one time I forgot he was on a pitch. And I've seen him. I was like, wait, he's still on. Yeah. So there's certain things about Gakpo that I like, and there's some things I don't like. And you see those kind of players. Yeah. See for example, Palmer. You won't really see Palmer ghost the game. You may have a bad game, yeah, but he won't ghost in it because he will always drop in and ask for the ball. You see those kind of players,
Only in
those
big
maverick
games, to be
players.
fair, though. He does kind of ghost in big games, from what I've seen.
I think he.
Well,
I
this
wouldn't
season.
say
Sorry,
ghost.
this season.
I would say he's involved, but he's not effective. I would say.
Okay,
For
yeah,
example,
okay, you can say that. Yeah, you can say that.
like you'll see him on the pitch, you'll see him make good passes, but he won't be effective. Yeah. Gakpo is not any of that. Yeah. I still rate him, but I need to see what he's like until towards the end of the season because
Yeah, no, of course.
like for example, of course he performs for the national team that I support, the Netherlands, like in the World Cup, the Euros he performed. And from then I was hoping that he can continue that form. But then Diaz was the starter, and then Gakpo was coming off the bench. Now Gakpo's been starting a few more games, and now he's been proving it in the bigger games. It's Real Madrid, Man City. I think he came off the bench against Madrid, and then he started against City with Diaz on the false nine. So let's just see what Gakpo would like towards the end of the season. And one more thing, you see, with the variety of, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Gakpo doesn't beat his man." I think having a variety of two different wingers is a good thing.
Jerry
because
was the one who said that.
Yeah.
Hold on. What are you guys trying to say?
I'm just reiterating what Jerry said, which is you're saying in terms of he can't beat a man. You know what I mean, on the wings and that. So
no, but do it is. I'm not even like, raw. I want you to go and beat a man and stuff. But he's not even like. I know you can put in an odd ball here and there, but he's not like.
He's not terrifying to
yeah, but he's not like. No, but he's not even like a Beckham. But he's not even like a Beckham. I think his great asset is like his power, right? His power to get in hand. Again, in transition, he can be dangerous. But when a team sits back, very similar to Gakpo, is he's got more about him to. Like, for example, I trust him to go and play up front and do a job in terms of holding up the ball and us keeping possession more than Nunes. By a million percent. So why not go and play him there and utilize the fact that he's tall, he's strong, he's quick, because he's quick as well. Maybe not Nunes quick, but he can get up to speed. He's rapid, and utilize the fact that he's technically good on the ball and will have a good understanding of football because he came from the Dutch schooling. I just don't get why he's out wide and you're like, he's not sorry if there's like a yard of space on out wide. If two men come to him, all he's doing is turning back and either going to whip up cross back post or he's going to pass it. He's not getting through that. There's no creativity in him because he ain't got the ability to. Like he's not that. He's a big guy. Like, and it's not a slight on him. It's like if Virgil van Dijk got the ball in the corner. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want him trying to run at a man like that. Like, I don't want Nunes doing that. But I want Salah doing that because of the way he's built. He's small. He's going to be able to kind of create a yard and all of that type of thing. And I just think. That's my biggest kind of issue with Gakpo, more so because when he came in as a false nine, I think he played the best football he did for Liverpool. In my ability, when he came in, even the goal he scored against United and stuff like that, it's him playing down the centre.
Right. I'm gonna wrap it up in a second. I want to ask the guys and people in the chat. Let me know your thoughts as well. Well, I think we all know. Listen, look, we're too reliant on Salah. We do need the others to step up. Now. This is just your opinion, what you would do. So please take your mind out of the way that, like, you can kind of go with what the club think, but I want your kind of personal opinion on this. You got the 6 attackers on the screen right now. summer comes now. Forget what we do in the league. Win it, don't win it. It doesn't really matter. You've got the 6 attackers right here. I want to go through each and every single one of them. Keep or sell. So we'll start off with Diogo Jota. Harris, keep or sell?
For me first.
No, Harris. Or anyone, but yeah, I said Harris, but yeah, anyone. Doesn't matter what we win, by the way. I don't want to hear anything about what we win or lose.
Just about because these injuries are getting a bit annoying.
So you'd keep Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
Jerry?
So.
Cool. Luis Diaz, Harris.
Keep.
I said he's about to say sell, boy. I heard that. I heard that. All right, you say keep. Jerry, I'm gonna assume you're gonna say keep.
Yeah.
Chiesa. I feel like it's a bit unfair because I feel like he's gonna stay in regardless anyway, unless something mad happens. Unless anyone thinks he's gonna go. But I don't feel like Chiesa's anything. I'll skip that one. Gakpo. Harris.
Keep.
You said that fast, boy. Jerry.
So.
Fucking hell. Nunes. Harris.
So.
Jerry.
So.
And the big one, Salah.
So.
Nudo.
I'm joking. Keep.
All right, cool. Jerry.
Keep, but depends, innit? Depends what he's asking for.
Fairs. Yeah, no, I was waiting for the guys. You know what I mean? Look, you gotta let the guests, you know what I mean, speak first, and then that's a good host. You know what I mean? Jota, sell. Diaz, keep. Salah, keep. Nunes, sell. Chiesa can stay. Gakpo.
1G.
Sell. Yeah. Sell Gakpo. I reckon I can find another. I feel like he's a he's like there's better players like him, I feel. Anyway, with a Gakpo.
Brother, there's one just up the M4, brother. I mean Manchester, yeah. Brother. There's a brother there called Marcus. Brother.
Yeah, like I feel like
the profile's exactly the same.
Yeah, man. I feel like with Gakpo, I feel like even he'd be the easiest to replace out of all of them. If you're just talking about the play, like where obviously people might think, what about Nunes? I don't think Nunes would be quote unquote easy to replace in terms of yes, him the player is easy to replace because he's shit. But in terms of I don't know strikers like if you man know of any strikers out there, I gave you man the list the other day and I was like, yeah, I'll take these guys. But you know when I'm like, I'm not even 100% confident on them. It's just more, I just think these guys are better. So if I put someone better, I'm hoping that then translates. You know what I mean? Like I like João Pedro a lot. I think he's a dope baller. From Watford days, I used to think, oh, this brother's cold, you know? Like he was cold at Watford. And the thing is, I feel like Brighton's it is and was a good move for him. But I feel like if you need to go now, like now is the next step up for you. Like you need to stop moving forward, kind of thing. But obviously, I don't know what his whole I don't know what his contract is. I don't know how much someone like him would even cost in today's market. So yeah, I like Mbeumo as well. Mbeumo's that's what I'm saying about Gakpo. Man can say Mbeumo, Gakpo can't, and I reckon no one's gonna bat an eyelid. You're not gonna, no one's gonna say that's a with no disrespect to Gakpo, you're not gonna say, oh, that's a downgrade. Man, we got Mbeumo, or that shit. We should have just kept Gakpo. You'd be like, no, to be honest, it's kind of an upgrade, really. Like if you probably thought about it, play right wing.
You know what? Our fans are. I've heard this discussion, not with Gakpo, but just bringing in Mbeumo, and everyone was saying, "No, he's overrated." And I'm thinking, but I'm pretty sure he puts up better numbers than our current forwards, and he's not even like a scrub. Like he's actually a good player. Yeah. And he's been doing his bit for Brentford for some time, for a couple of seasons now. Yeah.
Let's see what he's doing.
Like I'm looking at some of the forwards here, won't name names. Yeah, but I'm thinking definitely for Nunes, 100%. I think he puts up better numbers than him for sure, even if he was playing up front. Mbeumo. But yeah, like I think we've got think we've got good numbers in attack, but would you even say we've got the best attack in the league?
Well, this was if you guys remember, I did a video not like I think towards the beginning. I think I even used the same picture at the beginning of the season, and I asked everybody like, do Liverpool have like? I mean, you got 6 attackers there. Do we have like the best attack? And quite a lot of people said, yeah, nah, Liverpool's
I think
attack.
we still do. I think we still do.
You think we? So okay.
I think we do, but I don't think it's far off from like.
Do you
I think Chelsea's got a good attack?
Yeah, so I was gonna name a few teams, but I can't remember everyone. So this is just a few. If you guys know of any more, let me know. Do you think Liverpool's attack in terms of all 6 players is better than Bayern Munich's?
No.
I thought you meant the Prem though.
Oh, okay. We'll go with the Prem then. In the Prem, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Who else has even got? This is the problem. I don't think like anyone else got 6 attackers like that.
Bear man, we're talking about like man being unfit, man not. Do you know what I mean? But if everyone was fit, if everyone's readily available, because obviously you're never going to pick your 6.
Everyone available.
Jota's better than any striker they've got, and you've got Salah's better than anyone they've got. So straight away, that's just 2 to 1. Even if you wanted to put one of their players in there, like Cole Palmer in there.
To be fair, Jackson is on the rise. To be fair, he's not
on a Jota level. Unfortunately, he's not. The Jota's on form. He's not.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh, Jackson.
But like, just in terms of availability, like he's there and he's bagging goals now. And like, if you look at his stats from last season, they weren't even bad. Like he's on 8 goals already, and he was on 14 last season. So with his availability, yeah.
Fairs. No, fairs.
Unless something mad happens, and he's out for the season, or he just has a big drop off in form, Jackson. But yeah, I don't think our attack is light years ahead of everyone else's, especially in Europe. I think there's definitely some teams that can give us a run for the money, if he was to compare player for player. I think probably the closest is probably Bayern Munich, but I think they've got a very good attack and they've got good options.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way. I'd rather have, outside of Salah, I'd rather have their attack than ours.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take
Sané,
like if we could swap all of their attackers bar Salah and just put them in ours, yeah. I would.
But you can't Elise as well. I mean, Musiala.
Yeah, Musiala, Sané, Gnabry, and those 2, by the way, are mad injury prone, and I still feel like they're better on their, like, even just as a average level for what they do, I feel like they're still, you know what I mean, better. But you're right in terms of in the Premier League, like, because I guess most teams don't have like 6 attackers like this, like where outside of Salah, the rest of the levels are all kind of the same. Whereas everyone else, you can kind of tell if Mbeumo and Visa ain't playing. I don't even know who plays in attack for Brentford. So I'm going to assume the level is going to be a significant drop off, if that makes sense. Whereas before, like, you might not really have said that. Pops was asking, how does 𝐂𝐤𝐲? When I meant a Bly, I don't mean like Bly in terms of like, I don't mean like I'm gonna allow him in that way. I'm just, as you say, literally, because I haven't seen what he can do. I don't even include him in these conversations. He's just here on the picture. I don't even.
But that's why he gets a Bly. But that's why he gets a Bly. That's why he gets what he can do.
Yeah. So I'm like, I just don't. For me, we've got 5 attackers at this moment in time. The 6th is, as Jerry said earlier on, he's just a new signing. Like, we need to. But he is going to be that January. Watch, come January the 1st. Don't know who our game is. I think we've got West Ham. Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah,
we got Man United first.
Let me know. Oh, it's Man United. What, in Jan?
At home.
Is that the first game?
That's the first game of the season for us at home.
Fuck yeah, no, yeah, that's a madness.
Yeah, West Ham's 29th, G.
Yeah. So yeah, let me know. Just let me know. So we got West Ham. It's done. Okay, cool. We got West Ham, and then obviously we got Man United, as Harris has just said, at home. So you wait. That first home game, they're gonna be like, unleash 𝐂𝐤𝐲, and it's gonna be like that new signing feeling, like, kind of thing. Especially if he's playing under 21 football now. I don't feel like they're gonna play him on the weekend against Everton. I feel like that might be a bit too soon for him. So then you're looking at maybe our next couple of games after that. Who knows? He might get a couple sub appearances between now and the end of the year. But wait and see. But guys, love to Harris, love to Jerry. Big up everybody, of course, who's joined me this morning. Big up everyone. Yeah, as always, man. As always, please make sure you are smashing the like on the way out. And yeah, of course, man, leave your comments as well. Leave your comments. I've just literally just finished getting back to everybody on the last video. So yeah, make sure you drop your comments in there and I will get back to you. Will I be back tomorrow? No, but I will drop my preview on maybe tomorrow or Sunday morning, just before the Merseyside derby, and then I'll be back with the reaction on the Monday, man. But yeah, big up to you, man, in the building. And yeah, we'll catch you guys soon, man. We'll catch you guys soon. Peace.